blockchain technology by taking the incentive for user from pure speculation to transactions on the blockchain platform. This drives innovation in development as well as consumer adoption. The first true blockchain gaming application was CryptoKitties. We all know CryptoKitties. I hope everybody remembers CryptoKitties when it first came out. So yes, we have a very interesting panel today, very interesting speakers who have their hands deep into gaming and blockchain, all blockchain crypto as well. So I would like to start with the new speakers of the session today, who've just joined us for the first time from Canada, Ivan Likov. Hi, Ivan. Welcome to BCTV. How are you today?
Hello, Sony, and hello, everyone. I'm very well. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be on the panel.
Great. Ivan, would you like to start with a short intro about yourself before I move to the next speaker?
Most definitely. My name is Ivan Likov. I am the founder and lead developer at Phonium. I have been in mobile gaming for the last 5 years and in blockchain development for the last 3 years, actively bringing the two industries together and merging the gap between the understanding and technical difficulties that people have when it comes to blockchain, and through gamification being able to distribute and mass adopt crypto and blockchain transactions.
Excellent, excellent. Nice to have you on the panel, Ivan. Welcome to VCTV. We're going to hear a lot from you today. Next speaker, who is also new on our panel, is Vikram Basak. Hi, Vikram. Welcome to VCTV. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you, and hello, everyone. So my name is Vikram Basak, and I'm from India, and we are just launching our platform where we are going to utilize the blockchain as well as the cryptocurrency for the people who can mass adopt the cryptocurrency in your own day-to-day life. Thank you, and would like to speak more.
Yes, yeah, that's what I wanted to tell, that you have whole 25 minutes to talk about.
Definitely.
Welcome, Vikram.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Last but not least, who's obviously been on our panels before and who has actually specifically requested to be on a gaming panel is Ivan Singh Lutra. Hi, Ivan. Ivan, welcome back on BCTV. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and have been actively building and investing in gaming companies. And I mean, we all saw with Corona how gaming has only grown much faster as an industry, right? A lot of people are spending more time staying at home and gaming every day. So, and we're changing, even seeing regulation change in the favor of to enable all kinds of different gaming and, involve like a financial or a monetary tool in the gaming industry. Like one of the companies that we have invested, we talk about it in the panel, is seeing 400% monthly growth is only possible because of regulation that has just come into place. A lot like crypto, we are seeing how regulation plays such a major role. Similarly, in gaming, we're seeing a lot of progress being made in this space, with the regulation going in the favor of companies being able to do more fun things and keep the user more entertained.
Awesome, fantastic. So now that we are all set with all the speakers of the panel today, I would like to ask the questions. Take this chance to ask some questions regarding investments into the space, because our viewers are very much interested to know what's going on because they are looking to raise funds. So I'd like to first start with Ivan Likov. Ivan, because you have so much experience in gaming, not only in especially in developing games, as you mentioned rightly. So tell us what's happening in the investment space in gaming and entertainment. I mean, you can choose gaming first, entertainment later, but what's happening in the investment space generally during this pandemic?
It is actually a very interesting question when it comes to investments in the gaming sector. First things first, when we talk about investments, a lot of the investors always ask, is there a product already built? Is there something you can show us, some results, some numbers? And of course, it's very important to look at the numbers, but at the same time, it's also important to look at the actual progress and all the possibilities that can be unlocked with gaming. As Evan mentioned, the gaming industry has been growing exponentially in the last few years, especially now in 2020. We have also seen it in our lives. Numbers have grown significantly since January of 2020, but gaming itself is a very hot topic. And when you combine blockchain and gaming together, you're having something with unlimited possibilities. When we first approached investors, it was for our initial project when Ponium was a mobile mining machine. Before Google and Apple both put their restrictions on mobile mining and disabling all sorts of mining applications through their stores, we have moved and pivoted to gaming because this has been my passion, as you mentioned, Sony. I have experience and now with development in gaming. It is absolutely phenomenal to see how investors react when they see gaming, especially when we show numbers as we did have about 200,000 downloads by January of 2020. And now today we're sitting at 640,000 downloads across our platform and games, which we have 3 games and 1 application. And that is a growth which for 6 months has exponentially grown much more than what we've accomplished in 2 years. Pitching this to investors is something to see joy in their eyes. It's exactly what they are looking for. And of course, with results and being able to show a revenue stream coming in on monthly basis in 5 digits, it's definitely an absolute excitement when it comes to investors looking into this field.
I mean, just to add on there, I mean, I have to disagree a little bit, or I do agree. There's different kind of investors who look for different things, right? I mean, there are investors who look for companies already making money. That's why you have different rounds of investing in the traditional venture financing world. We have been doing this, right? I mean, you have pre-seed, then seed, and Series A, and Series B, and there's rounds of investments. And the pre-seed round of investment is for investing in companies which are idea stage, where there's no revenue. I, as an investor, look for companies at that stage, right? I look for people who have great ideas, but they're not so further ahead. The risk is higher on my end, but there's the upside is also there in terms of if the company do work, I have a larger upside because the maximum growth you see in a startup is in the earliest days, right? I mean, just to go in detail about gaming, I've been investing in gaming for a while, and I understand that most games do not work, right? Most games will not make the money that you invest in back. And most investors, that's why run away from the gaming space. And also gaming, from a technical perspective, also it requires more effort and developers to build a proper game versus building a non-game, like building a normal app or normal software is a lot easier. For example, just to use Uber, to build Uber or Facebook or WhatsApp would be far easier than to build some of the most common games today that you use, right? I mean, it's a very different comparison, but we actually look for these kind of companies because the games that we have now, we've seen such good results in this space, right? So, I mean, the gaming company that we invested in, a couple of entrepreneurs came to us with an idea a couple of years ago. So they want to build a platform where people can go and play games, but they can bet money on those games. So you don't just have gaming, you have skill-based gaming. Now, skill-based gaming has only recently become legal. It was illegal for most of the time. It's only last couple of years, it's starting becoming legal in a few states in the US. It's legal about 30 plus states. I don't have the exact number right now. It's not federally legal. So it's not legal in all of US. And then it's legal in some countries around the world, and it's illegal in some countries. So skill-based gaming is where you can bet money. So gaming and blockchain, I think, is still, we have to reach that point where we see gaming and blockchain really coming together and some great work being done. I haven't seen that much happen in that space, but what I've really seen is gaming and money coming in, and that's growing really fast because now people during Corona who are really good at gaming have an opportunity to just play games and make money. And who wouldn't want to love that? So Game Form that we built in has grown crazy. I can open up some decks and I don't know if I can screen share here. We've been growing like 400% a month. So during Corona times, because people are spending all day at home just playing games. So, and now they can bet money. So there's two kinds of addictions there. There's the gaming addiction and there's the gambling addiction. So you're not just addicted to gaming anymore, you're also addicted to gambling your money. So that I think has a real chance of really a lot of startups to come out in that industry that join doing gaming and gambling, which is skill-based gaming. I think we will see a lot of startups come out there and try to go after that opportunity, because it's only getting legal as we speak, and it's getting legal slowly in different markets. You're bound to see a lot of entrepreneurs go after that opportunity. And I think those entrepreneurs really have an opportunity to go out and like raise investment, because there are investors looking to go into this sector now. Like I know a lot of investors. So even with Gameform, obviously I invested when they were just an idea, and then they build that idea, and now they have users, they are making money. They have hundreds of thousands of dollars that they have given out to their own users who won money off the platform. So they're doing really well. But I mean, they're raising capital now is a seed round they're raising, which they were raising at a $9 million valuation. They said, we want to raise our seed round at a $9 million valuation. It's being raised as we speak, right? The co-founder of Zynga, Eric, has just invested. Zynga happens to be one of the most successful gaming companies ever. It's the unicorn, right? So he's already invested in the round, but he has told us that your valuation is not 9 million. Your valuation can be far more. Your valuation should be more closer to 15 million, right? So the investors have come in and they have told us, looking at the numbers and the growth and the retention numbers, because it's more important in gaming, how much the user is retained, how much the user keeps coming back. And like, and how many users come back in 7 days, in 21 days, in 59 days, right? These are different retention numbers you have to see. So he's coming and telling us, your numbers are so good, your valuation has to be higher. So yes, when you have numbers to show for your game and your product, then 100% investors will tell you, and you can probably have a higher valuation than the one you started out with. But I also believe that there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who want to go after this new opportunity, and they should not be disheartened. Like, it's going to be very easy, I would say, to raise capital right now. I think capital is cheap. It's going to be quite simple to go and raise capital for something that is in such a fast-growing industry, because people want to be invested in fast-growing industry.
Right.
Well, to be honest, you're absolutely correct, Evan, on this one. And don't get me wrong, we've had our hard times, and at the beginning, it wasn't as easy as it is right now. And I wouldn't call it easy at all. Every stage has its own challenges and has its own drawbacks and gains. And at the same time, we are part of a portfolio of Gaurav Dubey, an investor, who actually did invest just like you did in a stage when we were a startup and we were actually pitching an idea. I remember when I met him in New York at a conference, he came up to me and said, this industry is going to be growing significantly fast and it's going to be an amazing space to be. I want in. And you're absolutely right that the potentials are endless. And in a startup phase, it's much harder to find who's going to grow and who's not, because obviously there's no results, there's no numbers. But again, the potential is huge. Absolutely correct on that point.
Great. So thank you so much. I mean, by listening to your perspectives, I have many questions. Sorry, my apology. I don't have much knowledge about the industry. So Ivan, tell me, when did Gaurav, your investor, because Gaurav is is one of the investors in our community. So when did he actually decide to invest in you? Before doing any investments in you, what was that one idea that made him he was so much fascinated about that he decided to invest? So, and when was this? Was it pre-COVID? I guess it's much before COVID, right?
Much before pre-COVID, yes. It was actually in 2018. When I was at a speaker at a conference in New York, he came up to me right after the speech, and he started asking me a couple questions, because he was fascinated by the idea that we are targeting mobile users with 2.2 billion devices back in 2018, which the number has grown significantly, but at that stage, that was the number. He came up and said that he loves the idea and it's something that no one else is doing at the moment. So it's very interested not only to hear more about it, but to be part. And just that same day, we worked out a deal that we're both happy and proceeding as we speak.
Great, good to know. So, is your online gaming, mobile gaming, is money involved? Like, if I try to understand, is it gambling? Is it betting money as well involved in that?
No, there's no betting, there's no gambling. As Evan mentioned, this is illegal in a lot of countries and even states in the US. But with that in mind, yes, there is money involved. And when I talk money, I don't mean the US dollars, I mean cryptocurrencies. Our
Right.
games are based on simple gamification where users level up, they earn experience, they gain some in-game currency, they use that currency to open treasure boxes and chests, and they are rewarded with cryptocurrencies inside the chests. Every cryptocurrency that we list in our games has its own profile page, so users can learn more about the different projects, as well as visit their website, see their performance on exchange, and when they reach the withdrawal limit, which is far too low compared to other projects and games that offer real money, even like PayPal and whatnot, users can cash out their tokens within a month or maximum two of playing the game. And of course, with a little help of in-app purchases, they could cash out a lot faster and a lot higher numbers.
Great. Evan, I want to ask you, Evan Lustra, I want to ask you, sorry about the confusion. I want to ask you, 2 years back, like in 2018, if the game didn't involve betting or gambling of any sorts, and we wouldn't be living in a virtual world, what would be your risk appetite in investing into a gaming company like this?
I mean, like I said, for me, gaming is growing anyways. Corona has definitely given it a big push, but the industry by itself is very, very fast growing. Like, it's one of the industries we are seeing, because you also see around you, right? It's very simple observations you can make. Now you see 2-year-old kids playing on iPads, games all day, right? This is a very simple observation you see around you that tells you that was not there before. Kids were not playing games until they turned 10. Right? So I don't have kids, but at least I know that I didn't play games until I turned 10. So I mean, at least on a phone. So I'm definitely would have invested this in 2 years ago too, like if I saw this, right? And like I said, that's why I invested in GameForm a couple of years ago, because I was able to see that opportunity. And today I've already made 10x my money, and it's probably going to be far more. Like, I'm going to end up making far more than 10x, but I've already had that kind of growth. I've already had that first movers advantage. So I definitely see this as a very, very interesting market, an opportunity to invest in. And I mean, it's so interesting to me that I'm not just looking to invest, I'm looking to actively build, right? I'm looking to actively build companies in the gaming space that I don't just put my money in, but I also put my time in, because I think this is a very, very fast growing industry and that I want to be involved in, at least partly. So I'm actually looking to launch gaming companies in new countries with new partners, because it also, like I said, it comes down a lot to your retention numbers, right? And what we did with GameForm, we launched in one way, then we had to learn from the users and change a lot of things. Then we spent another couple $100,000 changing our processes, changing our user base, seeing how they flow, seeing how the user journey is, to increase those retention numbers. So it's like a science. Now we have that model down to a science that we know, okay, this is great. Now we can focus on launching in other countries and finding different partners. So I'm actively right now, I was just in Amsterdam a couple of days ago, where I was meeting somebody to see if we could launch something like this in Amsterdam, right? So there was a guy there who's been launching game. He has a game incubator of sorts. So he builds about 10 games a year. He invests $1.5 million each game. So they invest $15 million a year building new games that they push to the market, and then they see which one works. So so I'm like, I was looking to work with him because he has certain expertise. But so it's a very, very interesting industry, if that's what you're asking me. And yes, I would have definitely invested in it even before Corona if I had to. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. And do you think it's crowded space as well after fintech? Do you think gaming is a very crowded space? And how do these entrepreneurs, founders of these gaming companies, how do they differentiate themselves to get the attention of investors like yourself?
I mean, see, it's a crowded space for sure. There's lots of games you can play, but if somebody's really doing it in the right way, there's not that many people, right? There's not that many people who are actually putting in time and effort to understand their users and come back and then offer them something new, right? To see how the user's experience can get better. Because once you find that right game, then you can really scale it up. With games, it's either the game doesn't work or it works, right? It's not like there's either people like the game or they don't like the game. And it's so how you can find investors, it's like I see a lot of games out there that don't get any kind of exposure, right? I mean, people now, you're seeing even young kids coming up with games and they're launching them and they're not getting any exposure. I mean, so from a game developer perspective, it's it depends what stage you're at when you want to find investors, right? Are you somebody who's technical, who's built his game already and now wants to go to market? In your case, maybe you should look for a publisher. So in the gaming industry, there are publishers who exist who have an audience already, and then they go and publish the game. Versus there's a second option is where you can, if you just are an entrepreneur with an idea for a game, but doesn't know how to build that game, then you look for incubators. Like myself, I have my incubator where we work with non-tech entrepreneurs, or the gentleman that I met in Amsterdam, right? Our incubator, we obviously don't invest $1.5 million per game. We look to invest up to $200,000 at the beginning, an idea stage company. But if somebody has even a complicated game, they may want to look for somebody like him, who's investing $1.5 million per game at an idea stage. So it really depends on what stage you are at and what kind of game are you trying to build, right? Like you just asked me, hey, how do I get money to buy a car? You haven't told me, do you want a Rolls Royce or a Toyota Prius, right? Okay. So these are different cars. You need to have that details before I can answer that question. But I think as far as investors go, there are enough investors out there. For me right now, the harder part is finding good talent to invest in, right? Finding those people who can really launch a gaming company that have what it takes to launch a successful gaming company. So, and I think I can speak that for a lot of people. That's why investors, when they find a good company, they try to go after it. And they're even happy to increase the valuation if they have to.
So yes, I mean, as we know that gaming has been there since we were kids, right? But how has blockchain technology and how has cryptocurrency added to the popularity of the gaming industry? I mean, how has that benefited? I mean, if you can, anybody can take this question, and then we move to Bikram with his presentation.
You cut out, so I couldn't get the question properly, sorry.
So yeah, so basically, I mean, we all know that we have been playing games since we were a kid, but how has blockchain technology, how has cryptocurrency element that comes into play has changed the game of the gaming industry? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean, yes. You can go for this, yeah.
Most definitely. As we know, and you mentioned, the gaming industry has been growing, and a lot of games have been out and been having millions of followers and players every day. We know of those. And when blockchain first came out, it was meant to be a database like no other and like every other. And at the same time, when building a blockchain application, everyone was seeing it as the database that people can use that is decentralized, and it could be used for any form of data. Either it is pictures, text, ledger of transactions, on whatnot. But what became fascinating to a lot of developers in the space is that if you build this in a game format, you can definitely embrace a lot of functionalities that weren't there before in games. And when speaking about gaming and blockchain, the games not necessarily would look and feel the same as the standard games that run off a PC based on Steam or any other platform. They would have to be built according to the blockchain and the transactions that it could handle. For example, CryptoKitties is not like Fortnite, for example. You don't expect the same outcome, feel, and gamification there. But at the same time, cryptocurrency is what incentivized and enticed that game, so people can play, people can collect. We all love collectibles. I mean, trading cards, baseball cards, or even soccer cards, Pokemon cards. All those collectibles are very entertaining aspect of our lives as human beings. And when you add the dollar value towards those cards, you definitely see where 2 and 2 comes together. That's why CryptoKitties was huge, and it was easy to understand. Of course, you needed some software like MetaMask to connect your Ethereum wallet and start trading, selling, and breeding those little cats. But with our game, for example, what really excites people to play is the ability to earn cryptocurrency. And this is something that it's a bit easier to earn than hard dollar cash, because you can easily just punch in an address, and you would receive that cryptocurrency to your wallet immediately, if not in a few hours, depending on the way the game works. So this is where we see an increase of interest towards blockchain games and cryptocurrency games mainly.
Great. I just needed to know that because of these factors, gaming based on blockchain and probably a cryptocurrency element is more popular than the mainstream traditional gaming industry. So great. I mean, we are like 30 minutes halfway through the panel. We have Bikram, who's going to present his project, and as obviously it's based on blockchain technology, and obviously he also has a cryptocurrency element to that. I would like all the judges to be a little alert and ask him a lot of questions because he's looking to raise funds as well. So yeah, please, over to you, Bikram. Please, start with a short presentation about yourself, a little bit background of your gaming company, and then we can go and see your presentation. Thank you. Over to you, Bikram.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. So this is me. This is my name is Vikram Basak, and like I developed my own crypto platform, which is I would rather say it's a gaming platform. It's a peer-to-peer gambling platform, which I completely agree with Ivan Lutra. Yeah, yes, gaming platform is nowadays very much people in need, especially during this COVID era. So yes, this company that we have developed for the people who like to play as well as who like to put their money or put their betting so that they can earn and they can play. All right. And I would like to I'm really looking forward for some questions and everything so that I can answer. And apart from that, yes, definitely. We are just like I mentioned that we are developing this P2P platform so that we can mass adopt lots of people who are not into the crypto industry. There are many people who are not aware what is crypto actually, and so we are educating them. We are bringing them, okay, you can onboard with us using the fiat. Yes, definitely. We don't want people to leave behind using like without using the crypto. That's why we want them to onboard using the fiat. Okay, use the fiat currency, get on board, play out on our platform. You can get it into crypto as well as if you want, you can use the fiat money. So this is what we are developing, and we already developed. I would rather say we already developed the platform. It's not on the idea stage; it's a developed stage now. But yes, we are not in the revenue stage as of now because we have just developed now. Okay. So I'm just looking forward for some questions or anything that you like to ask because I can see there are people. Everyone knows more and more about gaming. So questions from you can give me or help me if where I'm lacking or whether I can improve or whether I can be good for you.
Is that a presentation, Ivan and Ivan? Do you want a presentation before you ask questions, or you?
Yeah, I think a presentation would obviously be better, but quick pitch, maybe a couple of minutes would be interesting to see. Or if you have a whole presentation you want to go through, I don't mind if you want to spend 5 minutes to screen share your presentation.
Okay. Let me just arrange that.
So are you able to share your screens?
No.
Also, Carol, can you make Vikram host, please, so that he can share his screens? Carol? Oh, okay, maybe, yeah. Do you have some talking points while I just ping Carol?
Definitely. Yeah. So I will just like about the presentation. Yes, as we are not ready with like we are not able to share, not a problem. So let me just tell you like how this works. Like people who wants to like it's like I mentioned, it's a P2P model, it's a peer-to-peer model. So anyone who are on the platform, they can host the game and they can do betting. Okay. And once they do bet, they can put the money, and once they are whoever is the winner, they will get the money in crypto format or in the fiat It's up to them. And now what we are doing for the revenue purpose, we are just taking out the platform fees.
You
That's
can
all.
share the presentation now.
Yes. Yeah.
You're the host.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you. Okay. We are ready now.
Yeah, we can see your screens.
Great. Okay, so the TREDx Sports, this is the name that we have provided. This is the game, or this is the platform that we already made. Okay, now what we are actually doing, this is a TREDx token, and we are creating an ecosystem where everyone, every other person can utilize the crypto into their day-to-day life. It's not like that anyone who is with a tech or who just want to play around with the crypto or they want to trade with the crypto. It's not like we want to have a real life utility of the token. So that's why the TREDx tokens we have created. And now this TREDx token can be utilized in different format in the sense different platform. So the first platform that we have created, that is a TREDx Sports. It's a P2P betting application or the platform where people are allowed to bet on anything. It's not limited to any sports or it's not limited to anything. It will be completely up to them on what they are going to do, on what thing they are
How
going to
does
bet.
the
Yeah,
how does
please go
the
ahead.
logic work here? So this I've been pitched this concept multiple times already, right? And I can actually share some stuff too, where we also tried to do something similar a couple of years ago. How does
Okay.
the logic work where, let's say I bet with you who can do more push-ups in 1 hour,
Okay.
right? I can do 30 push-ups, you can do 40 push-ups. So do we upload our videos and then there's the community decides together, or how does somebody work here, or is it only bets on which the public can decide? So what's the logic here in deciding who wins the bet and how does that decided?
Definitely. Uh, that's a nice question. Let's say, like, if I'm the host, okay, like you mentioned that you are betting that who is going to make the maximum push-ups. So I host the game. I host that particular contest. Yeah, definitely. A person need to put the money into their system, like on the platform. Let's say we have bet for $100. Okay, so $100 have been put into the platform. Okay, now the bet started. Like they created the host created the contest. They put all the conditions. Okay, they can do the chat and everything they can do. As well, like you mentioned about this, how they are going to whether they are going to upload the video or not. That's not a problem. Whether if they want, they can make it a live. Where we are having that facility where they can live that push-ups, or if they want to upload the video, it's up to them. Definitely. Okay, and now once the contest is over, let's say whoever is the winner, they have put, okay, I have done 80 push-ups in an hour. Let's say just a vague number. So it's like 80 push-ups I did. Another person says I did 70, or another person saying no, I did 90. No, but like people are not getting agree on that, and like people means the host is not getting agree on that. So that time what will happen, definitely either they need to once they are not agreeing on that, then this thing will go to the moderator will be from our team only. It's not to the community, it will be from the internal only, because there is no, like, once they are, then we will ask them to upload the video. Yeah, definitely they need to make a video of that. So once they are then they need to upload the video. We will just decide, and as per that we will release the fund to the winner after deducting the platform fees.
Interesting. Okay. So I mean, but let's say somebody made a bet and they already did the stuff and there's no video there. What happens in that case?
Well, in the terms and condition, like the host need to put this into a terms and condition that they need to make the video. There
Interesting.
is an option they need to put into the terms and condition. Like if it's in the terms and conditions, it's mentioned that you need to make your own video or you need to make it live. The another person need to do it according to the terms and conditions. So if they are not doing it, then they're lost. If they are saying any number, that no one is going to like, we are not going to agree, and the funds will be released to the winner, and whoever is the winner, it will be released.
And I
Okay.
guess he has to make another video. If he did it once, he can do it again, right?
I understand. It could be. I'm just trying to see, because once you scale at that point, that's where the issues start coming in, like in a model like this, where everything is totally decentralized. You can really scale without having to worry about moderating. that's what I see in the issue in a peer-to-peer betting model, right? But it's definitely a very interesting play. I definitely see there's opportunity in here.
Yeah, because like I agree with you. If it's a decentralized, that then moderating is like definitely for the moderation, it will be easier for us. But like I mentioned, you to keep it on decentralized, then again we need to use a MetaMask or something like that. And people are again, if they are not getting to they are not adopting the cryptocurrency. That's not actually our main motto. Our main motto is to make sure people should adopt the cryptocurrency in a larger scale. I'm sorry, Ivan is having a question. I missed his question also.
No, this was my question. It's okay.
Okay.
Okay,
I
sorry,
also have another question.
Yeah,
if I could
Ivan,
ask
like,
something real quick.
yeah, please go ahead.
Yes. So how does the business model work for the company? Do you guys keep a percent of the bets, or the winner takes all? How does that work?
Definitely, we are keeping a platform fees. Okay, right? Like we are keeping a platform fees of around 10% as of now. We are going to keep it as a 10%. Now, like, see, once we need to find out, we need to find out in the what we see that around the payment gateways and all, they are going to charge up to 3% and all. So for that
Yes.
only, we are keeping only the platform fee. Rest everything will be given to the player.
So does that mean if we're to bet $100 each for the push-ups bet and you win, does that mean that you take $180 and the platform keeps $20, 10% per bet or 10% per game, let's say, or host?
10% on the complete game. Let's say it's like you mentioned, it's $100 bet. So if
Yes.
there are if there are two contestants, which means a $50. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So it's $100, right? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought
So
it's
it's on
$100 per person. Yeah. So
whatever
on
the
the
case, like
total,
if it's
on the total of the digital room that gets created for those contestants, you keep 10%.
right, and on top of that, what we are just to incentivize, give the incentives to the people, like to the host, whoever is creating that contest, we will be giving around 20 up to 25% of the platform fees.
Okay. And my
To
question,
make them
another question here that I have is in terms of the cryptocurrency here. You mentioned that they put $100. Does that mean they put $100 US or of their currency in US, or they put it in crypto? How does the crypto aspect here work?
Definitely. So out here, like, well, the person who is going to put the money, they can put it into the like they will be using their fiat. Let's say they're using the fiat, but it will be converted as per the price of our native token. We will be using the native token to play. Okay. So let's say a person is playing on a native token, that is the TREDX token. They will be playing with the TREDX token. Okay. So the value of the TREDX token is equivalent to their fiat only. So they need to put the fiat, but they will be playing with the, like, let's say they will be, what happened, like they are going to buy the token. They are not going to, they will be buying, let's say they are putting $100. Let's say the $100 is 1 cent, like each token is of 1 cent. So they will be getting around 100 tokens. So they will be putting the 100 tokens into the bet. So now up to them, whether they are going to withdraw the fund using the fiat channel, or they can withdraw the fund using the cryptocurrency channel.
So basically what you're saying is that the token acts as a platform driver.
Right.
So you're technically like putting gas in a car. You put with real money gas in the car, you drive with your gas, but in your case you can then withdraw the gas as in dollar value based on the current price of the token again?
Yes, based on the value of that current token. Yes.
Okay,
So that's
and
the
what
reason.
channels
Yep.
do you allow the withdrawal of fiat currency to be driven? PayPal, direct deposit?
As of now, we are using the direct deposit. Okay. Now
Okay.
for the direct deposits, whoever is going to withdraw through the fund, like through the fiat, for the direct deposit, we are going to charge for that.
Of
We are
course,
going to
yeah.
charge whatever the fees is going to be involved. It will be charged from the winner or whoever is going to withdraw.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
makes sense.
Guys, I just have to little bit in the interruption here because
Yeah, please.
Ivan Lutra, he'll be joining because he's gonna be leaving soon after 15 minutes. So Ivan, do you have any question or shall we ask Vikram to scroll through his presentation very fast?
I mean, it's an interesting model. Like I said, I've already looked at a concept like this in the past, and to me, it's very interesting, even from an investment perspective. Though I'm not sure so much about the tokenomics. Could be interesting to look at your tokenomics. I would, if I was in your place, I would probably go and build this without the token at first. Maybe get peer-to-peer betting known in the market, in the industry, because it's still not out there. You go after peer-to-peer betting first and then try to bring in a token. Because like I tell people when they ask me, building a company and then building a token are two very different things. And they require teams by itself. So try to build a peer-to-peer company, it requires a lot of resources, time and money. And then try to build a token around that also requires additional time and resources and money. So for me, somebody trying to do both of them is a deterrent, at stage one. If I was in your position, I would try to build first the peer-to-peer decentralized betting model and try to bring in a token, at least a own token at a later date. That said, it's definitely interesting. I'm happy for you to continue through the presentation to see if you can have any more questions, but I do understand the concept pretty well already, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I also have a question for Evan in terms of Vikram's company. Now that they're doing a peer-to-peer betting model versus a company to player model like casinos do, how is that going to affect them in regulation in terms of being able to be legal in different states? Peer-to-peer is more easy to regulate than centralized to-peer.
I think it's going to be harder, to be honest, for doing peer-to-peer concept. I think you're going to have to go through regulations in each country. And because you're not taking responsibility for the users and what they're gambling on, really, I think you as a platform would definitely get people coming after you or regulators coming after you. So I think it's going to be actually more complex or more harder to go through regulatory swamp of sorts to be able to come through it and go through without getting affected. Because I don't know much about the regulation that goes into peer-to-peer betting, but I do know that it's illegal most of the places. It's not something that is legalized, right? I'm not allowed to go and gamble on a cricket match in India with my friend today. It's not a legal thing. It happens everywhere. It's a very common thing, but it's still illegal technically. So because it's happening between friends, the government doesn't say anything. But when you have a platform that allows all the friends to come together and there's a token on top of that, then you automatically come under the government scanner. So like, oh, look at this platform. All of these guys are doing illegal bets on there. Let's stop the platform. So then you become a target for the government. So definitely you're going to have to see how you go through that regulatory hurdle. But I do see a big future in this. I do see an opportunity here, that's for sure. About how you go after the opportunity is totally on you. But I do believe it's going to be harder, but I do believe there's a tremendous opportunity here to bring a decentralized peer-to-peer betting model in the world. Yeah.
Right.
I
I'm
just
sure
want to
Vikram
add
must have
one
got
thing.
this. Vikram, you must have got this regulations thing in place already, I guess.
Right, exactly. That's the reason I'm just about to come into that. Like, yes, definitely, I agree with you. Like today in India, if you are going to bet on cricket, I agree with you that if someone is going to bet on cricket, then it becomes illegal if it's going to be on a live way. Like, let's say on a per ball to ball or on every over, or it's on a real time. If someone is betting on a real time basis, then definitely it's completely illegal. But like you only mentioned that if it's a skill based, like anything going to start, like anything they are going to bet before the start of a game, all right, then it's not illegal, it's skill based now. So that's the reason we already got that, what we say, the MSME, like we got the MSME license for that, for the gambling as well as betting platform. We already have that.
But how do you prevent people? So do you make sure every bet that goes on the platform, you review it before it's approved? Is that how you're planning to do it?
No, like whoever is going to post, definitely they can post it on their own, like post in the sense whoever going to host it, they can host, but with the terms and condition. And definitely they need to make it live. And special, that's the reason about this, like they need to make it live, or we will make it live, whoever is going to post, and definitely we will be having a team member who is going to taking care of that, who is going to take care of that. So whenever someone is going to host it, we will take care of, okay, we will make it live, whatever the match or whatever the contest they are uploading.
Right. Any other questions from Ivan or Ivan?
I mean, yeah, if you want to continue to your presentation, if you know more things, we can probably help ask more questions properly.
Maybe the key points, Vikram, just keep it
Yes.
short.
Definitely. So, like I mentioned, like this is something we have developed, and now after this, like once we, as we already developed the sports, okay. So now we are looking to do the marketing, and we are looking to get more and more users. So to getting the users, definitely it's a just because it's an open market. We have a very big market out here. I'm just talking about the prospect of a certain country like in India. Then again, if we are talking about the whole world, so definitely we have a very big market for the P2B betting. Okay, so once they are going to start with the P2B betting with all the regulation, yeah, we are definitely not going for the USA as of now without any regulation. Like we are, if you don't have any license, we are not going ahead. But definitely we are looking forward for that country also. So now after developing or after completing this project, then we are moving forward a supply chain also, the donor chain. So we will be using the token store for a different channels like blood supply and the cryptocurrency payments, or we can say an exchange we are going to develop. So yeah, so now coming back to the gaming. So now in gaming, like after this, like we are going to have the platform where people can they can bet with the token as well as like a fiat I mentioned. Okay, so this is all about as you mentioned, the concept you know about. This is only the concept that the revenue stream. Yes, we are just not only looking for the platform fees. We are looking for the from the Twitch or the video streaming platform. We will be earning. That will be also a revenue stream. Okay, and these are the three parts that we are looking forward for, and also we are looking forward to build more and more different platform where we will be using the cryptocurrency for payments and all. So this will help people to adopt cryptocurrency in a day-to-day life.
Right.
So there's a
So,
huge, yeah, go ahead.
Vikram, I have a question. How long you've been in this industry for, the gaming industry?
For the gaming industry, honestly speaking, for the past 1 year, I'm not much into the gaming industry for long. Yeah, definitely I'm into the cryptocurrency industry, but the gaming industry, yes, I'm here for the past 1 year on the in the gaming platform, or I would rather say gaming industry. But I have a vast experience in trading.
Right, right. So who are your co-founders, like the team members? We will just have to have a quick look, because that's very important when an investor has to invest as well. Any information?
Definitely. Definitely, like the co-founder, like we have an angel investor. I would rather say that's it's the Mohammed Anas. One, we have one co-founder, and the main one marketing team member. His name is Aditya Sinha. Right. So these are the two members basically we are using, and for the technical part, we are from the technical aspect, we have a freelance team. Like we have a team who are going to help in like who already helped in development. So they will be taking care of it. So the like we have actually we have a total of 4 team members who are basically looking into the gaming part, gaming
All right.
business.
Okay, I think we are running out of time. Is there any other slide that you want to focus right on?
Uh, like definitely no. Yeah, like the use cases and all. Definitely, there like we are just looking for the esports also, like I mentioned about. So this is something I was just creating about the slide for the esports. Yes, people who are into the esports like Fortnite, PUBG, and lots of games are there. Lots of esports are there.
Yeah.
People not earning. There are lots of people who are addicted. They are playing and around. There is a completely unorganized market where people are playing around in the esports, but they are not earning. They are playing around, but they don't know how to earn. So this is a platform where they can bet around. They can play. They can bet. They can play. Now, whoever is going to play, they will be doing a live stream of their esports, and here they can. There is another revenue stream actually. This is what we are looking for.
Great. So any other slide you have to?
No, this much.
Okay, you can stop the presentation right now. We can.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's on the top.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Excellent. So
Thank
any
you,
other
everyone.
last questions from Vikram? I mean, we all understand, especially Ivan and Ivan, you both understand the concept of the project. Any other question?
I currently understand the concept, and I think it's going to be it does have a huge potential. It's going to be big as long as it's played well and the cards are played right in the right moment. I do agree with Evan that doing a token at this stage, at the same time as building the platform and allowing bets, would just add a lot more work on top of the platform. But at the same time, I do agree that you're trying to bridge the gap between gaming and crypto and trying to popularize it and make it mass adopted. So both ways would work as long as you have covered all aspects of regulation as well, and move on a country basis rather than worldwide initially.
So how much are you trying to raise, Vikram?
Honestly, at this moment, we are looking for around 100,000 USD at this moment.
Right.
Okay, so with the 100,000 USD, that is the main like for the development as well as for the marketing, because the marketing is one of the biggest part we are looking for, because this is the way only we can generate lots of users, generate like what we say to give incentives to the users, and to make sure that it should be played by everyone. So this is what we are looking for. We are looking to raise around 100,000 USD.
So what's your take on that, Ivan?
Is this 100,000 US? I mean, I think that's very little money. I don't know how much you've already raised. So have you raised any money already?
Honestly, from my our own network, we have raised. Okay, I raised something around 50K. Okay, because with the development and all we have did, and honestly we raised with the 50K USD we have already raised, and we developed the platform, we developed a team for this, and few, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, I think, like I said, I did look into this concept before. It's very interesting to me. I do think there's an opportunity, but I think 150K is a little bit too little to go after an opportunity of this size, because with the regulatory hassles, right? I mean, you're going to have to look into your legal options too, and lawyers end up costing a lot. You don't want to go out and then get sued because you broke a law. Because like I said, this is definitely something that's not legal, at least in most places. And in countries like India, you're guilty until proven innocent. It's not innocent until proven guilty. So I think you would definitely need a little bit more money. And building a proper product does cost money, unless you have developers working for equity. I could be wrong there. Then this is a good option that you can definitely have developers working for you for equity, and then raise the 100K to go out there. See, I don't know the situation that well, but I just feel it's a little bit too little money to really do this in a proper way. Second thing, are you selling your tokens, or are you selling your equity for this 100K? Because that's also not clear.
Yeah, we are sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying, so I don't know if you're selling equity or token, because if you're just selling tokens, it's not really interesting for somebody to buy 100K of tokens when there's millions of dollars worth of tokens that need to be sold. Is there going to be even any demand, right, for the rest of the tokens? But equity-wise, there is definitely some sort of interest that I think could be interesting for investors who are looking for companies like this. But yeah, I think it's a great project, man. I mean, I wish you all the best. And like I said, I mean, I'm happy to share some stuff that we did in the past to show how we were going after this opportunity. But yeah, we can connect offline later. But yeah, it's an interesting play, no doubt.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you so much. So like I mentioned, yeah.
Go ahead. I can connect you with you with Ivan later, because you're just conscious of time, and Ivan is going to be going off. I can always connect you with Ivan Lutra and Ivan Lekov after this session, so you can just have more brainstorming coming from these two guys who are the experts in the field. So Ivan, before you go for another meeting, I just want to ask you, what are your closing remarks for the session today, and what's your feedback? Because this time we have a pitch we have somebody who was pitched about his project as well. So it's a little different format. So what's your closing?
I think it's interesting for sure. I had a great time, but I already understood the project concept before, like I said, because I was already looking into a concept like this before. For the audience, I think it would be probably interesting that you share that company a little bit beforehand, so they're also able to go and do some research. I don't know who is watching and how many people are watching, because at the end of the day, this was about adding value for the people who are watching this, right? Not so much about Bikram coming and pitching us, right? It should be adding value. So those people may not still understand the concept in detail, because they may not have looked into it, right? So it's not so easy to convey a concept like this in a couple of minutes. And I don't think Bikram had the time to speak much. But yeah, I think it's an interesting concept. I think from a value add perspective for the people listening, it would be better if they had some sort of understanding, or at least a link in the description or something about the company that's going to be talked about already, so they can do their research also. But yeah, it's interesting for sure. I think it's a good model. I'm happy to see if I'm able to make time for any of the future panels anytime soon.
Great. Would you also be interested to explore Vikram's project in more details about his equity tokens, whatever the questions that you raised, he's unable to answer, probably more questions as well.
I mean, I'm very happy to, like I said, I'm very happy to do and listen to more of these projects. Like, I'm also happy to talk to Bikram in detail. I think he has an interesting play, and I want to talk about it. And like I said, like there's a big opportunity for the space, and especially what he's doing too. We will touch base obviously after the call for sure, no doubt.
Great, awesome.
And like, if anybody's listening, if they want to pitch me anything, like, please feel free to always reach out on email or follow me on Instagram and send me a DM. Always approachable and always looking for new entrepreneurs to build companies with.
Great, awesome. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you so much to be on
Pleasure, guys. Yeah.
Yes, Tony, thank you so much for hosting this wonderful event. Also, please circulate Bikram's details, and also Bikram, if you can share your progress, we'll definitely be interested to follow it and see how you grow. And you already have a user on my site. I'll definitely be posting my push-up bets there.
Thank you so much.
So closing remarks from you, Ivan and Bikram. I'd like to start with Ivan first. What are your closing remarks and feedback about this VCTV? Because you just attended for the first time.
I mean, so sorry, Ivan, not Evan, right? Because it's not my first time.
That's right. I was just gonna say yes.
Guys, I'm gonna take a leave. I'll leave it here. All the best, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Ivan.
Thank you. You take care of yourself.
Take care.
Yes, in my closing remarks, I was having a wonderful time. As Evan mentioned at the beginning, he did have in the past, so did I in this one today, and would love to connect for more panels if there are openings in the future. I did enjoy Bikram's presentation, although we did cut it a bit shorter. It was right on the point. He did touch base and answer critical questions, as well as presented in a laid-back manner rather than strict and to the point. Again, we're in the gaming space, in blockchain space, so things should be a bit more fun and a bit less strict. And with that in mind, I do agree that it would be a long road ahead, but at the same time, when you do it with passion, when you do it with love, as I see in your eyes, Bikram, and in your way of speaking about your project, I do know that you will get to the end, you will reach success. And to be honest, success is just the beginning of maintaining it. Once you get there, you have to continue to innovate, continue to update. And an interesting thing that I learned in the gaming space in the last few years is that the best marketing and funds that you can allocate for advertising and marketing your project is to upgrade it and update it. When you bring new functionalities to users, even ones that have not been retained for longer period of time, can definitely be brought back for a new spin, a new turn, and maybe bring them for good and play for a longer time, or bet for a longer time in your case. As Evan said, retention is the #1 priority, and you will get a lot of feedback. Always listen to the community, because that's your basically your drive of the platform. This is who you actually are building it for. So make sure you always listen to what they have to say, rather than just internal discussions. Most of the internal discussions we do are actually based on our user feedback.
Excellent. So Vikram, this is the feedback coming from another entrepreneur, another founder of a gaming industry who successfully invested 2 years back. And Gaurav, the way who is invested into Ivan's company, is also in our community, a part of a community. And I'm sure I can connect you with Gaurav as well. Right, Ivan, can I connect him with Gaurav as well?
Most definitely, Gaurav is a busy man with a lot of portfolio projects, and I gotta say that he is a wonderful mentor and a just a person to brainstorm ideas with. He would be always there for you.
Excellent. Thank you, Ivan, for that. Vikram, what's your closing remarks and what's the feedback about this VCTV?
Definitely. So yeah, so I enjoyed this VCTV because of the people who came and who are there on the panel who helped a lot with their perfect betterment of our project. Definitely, thank you. I really thankful to Ivan who gave me lots of feedback, and this is really helpful for me because yeah, definitely I was a little bit laid back because I know because this is my first time. That's the reason. But yes, I'm like you mentioned that yes, I got a passion for this. That's the reason we are not on the only on idea stage to raise the fund, but what we are doing, we are starting with the like let's develop the thing, let's develop the platform, then we are going to do that. So yeah, definitely this is something very happening because of VCTV. This really gave me an opportunity to talk about my project as well as to learn many things from the gaming industry. Definitely, thank you so much for that, and even I will keep it in my mind for your feedbacks. This is going to really helpful for me.
Great.
Thank you
Most
very much.
definitely.
I will connect Vikram with both Ivan and Ivan after this session. So the whole point of this VCTV is to connect, connect two people. One of them who has something to offer, one of them who has the money to put in to build that product. As Ivan Lutra said, he's going to put money into build this products, like the games, because he's very passionate about it. And Ivan obviously raised 2 years back, and he knows the journey very well, and he's got a lot to share with you. So you need a mentor, and besides an investor, you also need a mentor from the industry. So that's all about this VCTV platform. And so Ivan, Vikram, you can go to our website www.latoken.com stroke events, and you can see the list of forthcoming gaming and entertainment panels that are coming, because we would have more investors, because we try to bring different investors, diversify the panel with different investors on the panel. So you can choose which one we would like to attend again, Vikram, for you. And on the other side, Ivan, we also feature profiles of investors on our website. So www.latoken.com stroke profiles. You can see all those investors that have invested into blockchain based gaming. They're all getting featured on our website. And also tells how many investments they have done, and yeah, you can get more details once you are on our website. Thank you so much. We are slightly over time. I mean, just 7 more minutes, but I enjoyed this panel a lot because gaming is something obviously we all love, and we all play games. I really enjoyed this, and thank you so much for your time today, all of you. And I just want to say good night, good evening, good morning, Ivan, or because it's
Good
morning.
morning indeed. Yes.
It's
Good
morning in
evening and good afternoon to everybody. And thank you again for hosting this wonderful event. Looking forward to future events, as well as we'll visit the website and we'll check all the events and start following them more closely.
Excellent. Thank you all. Take care and
Thank
stay
you very
safe.
much.